So I've thought about starting a podcast for years. Talked about it, debated formats, had ideas with all my buddies, but none of it ever happened. Every time I imagined sitting in front of a camera talking about philosophy and growth and discipline, I'd think, who the fuck is that guy? Who am I to talk about discipline when I'm still building it? Who am I to talk about growth when I haven't mastered anything? And then I realized that's exactly why I should start. I've lived this pattern of like wanting to become something or do something or chase a dream, whether it was become an artist, start a band, anything automotive related, motorsport related, and all of them failed at some level or another. And it wasn't because I couldn't learn; it was just because I kept hitting one of two walls. The first one being that I would start, see how much I didn't know, and see the gap between me and somebody that was doing it, and I'd quit. Gap was too big. There was times where I would make improvements, do better, level up, and then you just see how much further you have to go, and you just stop. And the thought of being bad publicly, looking stupid, being judged was too much. And I didn't quit because I lacked potential or I couldn't learn or anything like that. I just quit because I wasn't comfortable being a beginner publicly in front of people. Uh, the second wall being that I just straight up wouldn't start. Analyze, research, watch videos, dream about it over and over and over. You just think and analyze and think and analyze, sort of an analysis paralysis type situation. And eventually it would feel like you were making progress. You'd have all these ideas and I'd start a notes list and I'd come up with this, that, and the other, and I'd get like excited about it. All of that is avoidance. I don't remember who said this, but it's mental masturbation. Talking about the goal and never doing anything to reach it is just mental masturbation. And after a certain period of time of creating those notes and lists and things that I wanted to do, it was almost like I would feel like a failure for never starting. Like I straight up haven't failed yet because I haven't started, but I just convinced myself that I was becoming something, and then I'd feel like I failed because I never started, which led to a realization that you can't just will your way into success. You can't grind your way past a missing skill or motivate your way into competence. When when someone in a game, whether it be NFL, MLB, hockey, or even video games, especially games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, when people get absolutely dominated, people joke and say it's a skill issue. You need to get better, right? And it's in video games and stuff. It's usually playful, sometimes not, and it sounds like a joke, but it's not. That's exactly it. It's just a skill issue. It's not personal, right? It doesn't mean that you're an idiot and that you can't learn it, you can't do better. It just literally is a skill issue. It's just a thing. And that's most of life. It's not bad luck. It's not destiny. It's not the algorithm. It's just a skill issue. The good news is, if it's just a skill issue, that means you can fix it. You can close the gap. So what changed for me was I started asking things like instead of saying how do I get more motivated, I would say what skill am I missing? To think to myself, I'm not saying this shit out loud, of course. What skill am I missing right now? Who's ahead of me? What are they better at? What am I avoiding learning? That's the gap. And that you can apply that to literally anything. That's the gap. So for me, right now, the gap is speaking clearly, organizing ideas, publishing consistently, I did fitness content for a while, and I got good at publishing consistently, but it lacked like effort. It's just CapCut filter post, CapCut filter post is lazy. Being comfortable on camera, and some of these just take time. It takes repetition. So this podcast, everything I'm doing here, this is my training ground. This is me trying to close the gap in an area that I want to be in. And because I know that like 3 people will watch this, it's a gift. That means nobody's paying attention, and it means that I'll get better and better and better. And by the time people are paying attention, it will mean that I've earned it. I've earned their attention. And what led me to this realization was people like the Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Miyoto Musashi, Havamal, Bible. There's, I mean, there's no shortage of like philosophers to reference or to read on, and what they all understood is just it's simple. Discomfort is development. If you are uncomfortable, that means that you're right where you should be and you're learning. That friction isn't a signal to stop, it's the edge of a skill you don't have yet. And closing that gap over and over will get you where you want to go. So my frame going forward has become: one, who's ahead of me? Two, what are they better at? Three, what am I avoiding? Close those. Identify, close, repeat. Identify, close, repeat. That's the goal. If you can do that over and over again, nothing is stopping you from hitting your goal. Those are the 3 things. Dale Carnegie said, "Every man is my superior in some way, so from him I learn." Curiosity over ego, skill over excuses. So if you feel stuck, like I've felt for years on a plethora of different fields and different things that I wanted to do and things I wanted to become and just general hobbies and interests that I've had, if you feel like you're stuck and you just keep trying harder and harder and harder, but nothing's moving, you're not making progress, it's probably not motivation. There's a chance that it's discipline. It's a hang up for a lot of people, but it might not be discipline either. It might just be that you are avoiding a skill that you need to get to where you're going. You have to identify that. You have to identify the skill that you're missing so you can close the gap. Discomfort is the entry fee. This podcast is me paying it in public. So, for the 7 people listening, thank you. This is episode 1, skill gap nobody talks about.